This author is a professional table tennis player, certified coach, elite cyclist, and sports nutritionist. He has written a book called Juicing for Athletes. He's created the Athlete Kitchen book series that covers every possible way that a person would ever want to lose weight, from creating a weight loss kitchen, meatless dishes, fasting for athletes, improving endurance, and eliminating even your doctor. Brian has spent over 28 years involved with training, dieting, nutrition, and sports performance. And today he's going to talk to us all about juicing for athletes. And by that, of course, we mean juicing fruits and vegetables, nothing else that you might be thinking about. Welcome to the show, Brian.
Thanks a bunch, Shane. I really appreciate it.
Great. So I read your book yesterday and I was really enthralled by it. I think you have a great story. I particularly like the fact that you've, normally you would say walk the walk, but in your case, you've run the run, you've biked the trail, and you've actually used a lot of what you talk about in your book in terms of the powerful properties of certain fruits, vegetables, herbs, and spices in your own sports journey. So I wonder if we could go back to the very beginning and maybe you can talk our listeners through how you got started in athletics.
Well, I happen to be a professional table tennis player, and how I got started was like the Nike of table tennis is in my hometown, which is Wilson, North Carolina, like population 43,000 people. So it's a really small city. Mm-hmm. So the coaches came around, did an exhibition, and within, I don't know, a week, they had 100 kids playing. And that was kind of my introduction, and kind of something that I left out of the book. I'm not even sure if I put it in, but the day that they did the exhibition, I went home with one of the yellow balls. And I got in front of the TV and I stopped everybody from watching Wheel of Fortune. And I said, I have an announcement. I'm going to be a professional table tennis player. And everybody just kind of froze. And my brother said, get out of the way of the TV.
Yeah.
So that was kind of me saying, okay, I think I found my passion. It's like, I think it's going to be, that of an athlete. And soon after they were able to know pretty fast that I was serious about it. And within 2 years, I was invited to go to relocate to the Olympic Training Center, that was kind of my introduction to sports, as a profession. Yeah. You had a sports therapist, you had your own meal plan, you had your own personal trainer. Everything was regimented as if you were like a product, and that's when I went from looking at food for energy to looking at food, what can it just provide me as far as performance? Because before I was just eating because I was hungry. And then when you got to the Olympic Training Center, they said, eat this. It's because it's going to help you this way. And, at 15, nobody wants to really say, eat your spinach. But if you live at 6,000 feet altitude, which is what Colorado Springs was, you needed to eat spinach because you had less iron in your blood because you were living at a high altitude. So all of a sudden it turned into, your body became this business, and that really helped shape my perspective of where does food fit in my life,
I think, guys, for those of you listening who may not be, training for marathons or half marathons, Brian's story is still very, it's very interesting, and you should really listen and pay attention to him, because during this interview, Brian's going to talk through things like juicing for speed, juicing for endurance, juicing for recovery, juicing for detox, juicing for colon health. This isn't just about juicing to get to the Olympics. And right. Even if you're just, but if you're starting out and you're trying to get a 30, Brian's going to talk you through in this show, and what's in Brian's book is going to really help you by using that juicer of yours, not just for fasting and getting, better nutrition, but actually help you to have more important workouts. And there was something that you wrote very early on in the book, Brian, that I'll just quickly read out, which, I think is pretty powerful.
Sure.
And it says, or you say rather, the knowledge that I have gained during that time as a professional table tennis player, elite level mountain bike racer, elite level road biker racer, as well as working as a sports nutritionist, has led me to one undeniable truth, and that is the best way to improve your sports performance outside of training is in your kitchen.